I didn't expect much when I started this. I thought I'd confirm what I already believed, that coconut oil was just another overhyped internet obsession. But for 90 days, I applied it at night and documented everything. Skin texture, breakouts, hydration levels, sleep quality, hair strength. I even tracked environmental exposure and stress. By week 6, the changes were visible. By week 12, they were undeniable. The difference wasn't dramatic like a filter, it was structural. Subtle improvements that compounded. And when I dug into the biology, I realized something powerful was happening beneath the surface. When coconut oil touches your skin before bed, it isn't just sitting there making things feel soft. Nearly half of it is composed of lauric acid, a medium-chain fatty acid small enough to interact with your outer skin barrier. That outer barrier, the stratum corneum, is structured like a brick wall. Dead skin cells are the bricks. Lipids are the mortar. Many moisturizers stay on top, forming a temporary seal. But certain fatty acids in coconut oil are small enough to move between those lipid layers instead of just coating them. Now here's where timing matters. Between roughly 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., your skin shifts into repair mode. Blood flow increases. Growth hormone release rises. Cortisol drops. Inflammation decreases. Cellular turnover speeds up. This is measurable physiology, not wellness mythology. If your skin has access to lipid building blocks during this window, it uses them. Pollution exposure, UV radiation, even through car windows and blue light exposure all create oxidative stress during the day. Nighttime is when your body works to repair that damage. Lauric acid also carries antimicrobial properties. Research shows it can disrupt the lipid membranes of certain bacteria and fungi. Instead of stripping the skin the way harsh cleansers do, it interacts with microbial cell walls in a more targeted way. That doesn't make it perfect or selective for only bad microbes, but it does mean it behaves differently than aggressive chemical treatments. Overnight, you're not just moisturizing, you're influencing the microbial environment on your skin. At a cellular level, your skin cells are surrounded by phospholipid bilayers, tiny double-layered membranes that control what enters and exits the cell. Fatty acids can integrate into these membranes and influence their fluidity. Think of it like upgrading stiff window frames into smoother ones. Nutrient exchange becomes more efficient. Waste removal improves. The structural flexibility of the membrane changes slightly. That subtle shift can influence how well cells function during their nightly repair cycle. This isn't Instagram fantasy. It's lipid biochemistry. Your body recognizes fatty acids. It knows what to do with them. Unlike synthetic compounds your cells must metabolize or eliminate, these are familiar building blocks. And when you apply them at the right time during the body's natural regeneration window, you're aligning with existing biology rather than fighting against it. But that's just the surface story. Because some of what happens doesn't stay in the skin. We're not talking about large amounts like eating spoonfuls. But measurable absorption can occur, especially when blood flow increases during deep sleep. And MCTs behave very differently from long-chain fats once they're in the body. Unlike most dietary fats that travel through the lymphatic system before storage, MCTs move directly to the liver via the portal vein. There, they can be converted into ketones. Ketones are alternative fuel molecules your brain uses when glucose is low. They produce energy efficiently and can influence brain metabolism. Now, does rubbing coconut oil on your face flood your brain with ketones? No, but even small increases may subtly affect overnight chemistry. Some people report deeper sleep or clearer thinking the morning after consistent nighttime use. Is that placebo? Possibly in part. But ketone metabolism has been studied in sleep architecture research. Increased ketone availability has been associated with improved REM duration and stable deep sleep phases. If minor transdermal absorption contributes even slightly, the mechanism isn't imaginary, it's biologically plausible. Then there's circadian signaling. Your skin has its own peripheral clock system, separate from your brain's central clock. These local clocks regulate collagen production, antioxidant defense, and cell division timing. Fatty acid exposure can influence gene expression related to these clocks. In other words, the lipid environment around your cells helps signal whether it's time to defend or repair. During the day, your skin prioritizes protection. Melanin production rises. Oil secretion maintains barrier integrity. Cell division slows to prevent replicating UV-damaged DNA. At night, those priorities flip. DNA repair pathways activate. Collagen synthesis increases. Cell turnover accelerates. Providing fatty acids during this phase supports rebuilding rather than defense. Hair responds differently, but just as fascinatingly. Most oils coat the hair shaft and rinse away. Coconut oil's molecular structure allows it to move between cuticle layers and into the cortex. Hair is primarily keratin protein arranged in chains connected by hydrogen bonds and disulfide bridges. Heat styling, chemical treatments, and mechanical stress break these bonds, creating microscopic structural gaps. Overnight application allows oil to penetrate and reduce protein loss during washing. Studies tracking labeled coconut oil have shown retention inside the hair shaft even after rinsing. That's integration, not just coating. Over time, this can reduce breakage and improve tensile strength. On the scalp, the anti-microbial effect becomes even more relevant. The scalp is warm, oil-rich, and ideal for yeast growth. One yeast species associated with dandruff feeds on scalp lipids and produces byproducts that irritate sensitive individuals. Lauric acid's membrane-disrupting action can reduce that overgrowth. For some people, consistent application recalibrates the scalp environment and reduces flaking. But before this starts sounding like a miracle solution, we need to talk about reality. Coconut oil is not universally beneficial. In fact, for some skin types, it can make things worse. On comedogenic scales, it ranks relatively high, meaning it has potential to clog pores, especially for acne-prone or very oily skin. Large pores producing excess sebum can trap heavier molecules. For those individuals, antimicrobial benefits may not outweigh pore blockage risk. There's also the feedback loop problem. Your sebaceous glands constantly monitor surface oil levels. If you apply heavy external lipids every night, your body may downregulate natural oil production. Then if you suddenly stop, it may temporarily overcompensate. Skin thrives on balance. Overcorrection in either direction can create instability. Oxidation is another critical factor. Coconut oil is more stable than many polyunsaturated oils because it contains mostly saturated fats. But it's not indestructible. Repeated exposure to heat, light, and oxygen can degrade it. Oxidized oils contain reactive molecules that promote oxidative stress. Applying degraded oil during peak repair hours works against your body's efforts. Freshness and storage matter. If someone chooses to try this, quality becomes essential. Virgin, cold-pressed coconut oil retains more naturally occurring antioxidants and phytonutrients than heavily refined versions. Application technique also matters. A small amount warmed between the hands and applied to slightly damp skin improves spreadability and absorption. Excess application reduces effectiveness and increases clogging risk. For hair, focusing on mid-lengths and ends prevents unnecessary scalp buildup unless treating a specific scalp issue. And frequency matters. 3 to 4 nights per week often provides benefits without overwhelming natural regulation systems. Skin needs autonomy to maintain homeostasis. The real takeaway isn't that coconut oil is a miracle cure. It won't erase decades of sun damage. It won't solve hormonal cystic acne. It won't transform your life overnight. But when aligned with natural repair cycles, it can support barrier function, reduce minor inflammation, strengthen hair structure, and potentially influence scalp balance. After 3 months of structured testing, weekly documentation, and reviewing peer-reviewed literature, the conclusion is simple. Coconut oil does something. The biochemistry is clear. The question isn't whether it works. The question is whether what it does matches your biology. Test deliberately. Observe objectively. Give your skin at least one full regeneration cycle about 4 to 6 weeks before judging results. Biology rewards patience. This video is for educational purposes only and is not medical advice. Skin conditions, allergies, and sensitivities vary widely. Always patch test new products and consult a licensed dermatologist or healthcare professional if you have chronic or severe skin concerns. Results differ based on genetics, environment, and overall health. If you found this breakdown helpful and appreciate science-based explanations without hype, thank you for watching. Stay curious, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video.